Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something we all do pretty much constantly, but maybe don't think about too much. How we actually talk about using our phones. I mean, we're on them all the time, so sounding natural when we discuss calls, well, that's kind of essential. Yeah, so our mission for you today is basically a shortcut. We want you to really get these phrases, whether you're, working remotely, maybe in a call center, or honestly, just chatting with friends. We've pulled everything from the lexicon of phone communication. So let's get into it.
Okay.
First up, the absolute basic to call someone. Can't get more standard than that. I'll call you tonight, or I need to call my dad. Simple. Everyone gets it. It's the default.
Right. But what's interesting is how fast you hit regional differences. Like in British English, you'll hear to ring someone a lot.
Ring.
Yeah, exactly the same meaning. But if you say ring in, say, the U.S., it might sound a little unusual, maybe even slightly formal or old-fashioned to some ears if they're not expecting it.
That's a good point. It really flags where you're from, potentially. So, okay, building on that standard call, we also have alternatives that feel a bit more, I guess, casual, like to give someone a call.
Right.
So instead of just, I'll call you, you might say, I'm going to give you a call later.
Yeah.
It feels a little softer, maybe.
Yeah, a bit more conversational, perhaps less direct or demanding.
Okay, and then if we go even more informal, there's the slang to hit someone up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This one's definitely casual. It sort of implies you already know the person well. It means contacting them. Could be a call, could be a message, usually to ask something or make plans. Like, hit me up later if you want to hang out. You even hear it online, right? Like YouTubers saying, hit me up in the comments.
Totally. It definitely blurs the lines between calling and just general contacting,
Yeah, it does.
And sort of related to that informal vibe is to give someone a buzz.
Give them a buzz. Yeah.
Another relaxed way to say call. And while it's informal, I think depending on the relationship, it might even slide in some friendly or business contexts if you've got that kind of rapport.
Right, which brings up that whole point about adapting, doesn't it?
Exactly. You choose your words based on who you're talking to.
So if we shift gears from the super casual, what about when you need to sound more professional, maybe in the workplace?
Well, that's where to make a phone call often comes in.
Okay.
It just sounds a bit more, polished. Instead of I need to call someone, you might say, excuse me, I need to make a quick phone call.
It signals a more deliberate, maybe more formal action, though I suppose you wouldn't want to overuse it if the office vibe is really laid back. Could sound a bit stiff.
Yeah, potentially. It's about finding that balance. Like always, context is key.
Okay, so the call's been initiated. What happens next? Someone's going to answer it. So the standard ways to talk about that are answer the phone or answer the call. Pretty straightforward.
And then there's pick up the phone, which is funny, right? Because we don't often physically pick up a receiver anymore.
Yeah, true. It's like a linguistic fossil.
Exactly. But the phrase totally sticks. It kind of implies the immediate action of responding, doesn't it? Of engaging with the call.
Yeah, it does. And if the phone rings, say in an office or at home, and you want to signal you'll handle it, you just say something quick like, I'll get it, or maybe I'll take it.
Yeah, short, efficient, lets everyone know it's being dealt with.
Perfect. And then finally, the conversation's over. How do we end it?
The phrase is to hang up the phone, or more often now, just to hang up.
Right.
It just means ending the call, disconnecting. And again, it comes from that old physical action, literally hanging the receiver back on the hook or cradle.
Brings it all full circle.
Yeah.
From initiating to ending.
Yeah.
So, wrapping this up for you listening, we've kind of walked through a whole range here, haven't we? From the absolute standard call to informal slang like hit me up, formal options like make a phone call, and then answering and ending. Knowing these different ways to talk about phones, well, it really can make your English sound more natural, more nuanced.
Definitely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Think about how choosing one phrase over another ring versus call, hit me up versus make a call says so much.
Yeah.
It reveals things about the situation, the formality, the relationship between the people talking, maybe even where they're from. It shows that even this really simple everyday communication, it's got layers. Lots of layers of meaning there,